Hello everybody. It's been like 3 weeks since I've streamed, I think. Give me a little bit of a room here to be bad at this, because I have not done it in a minute. I'm just gonna get straight into it though. I'm just doing some creative planning for a project that I'm very excited about. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. Rock solid faith, I'm gonna do it. I've wanted to do this since Pink Sheep, maybe even before Pink Sheep sadly disappeared. But now I think I'm just going to do it because I'm a little burnt out on the main part of my world. Like, very burnt out, honestly. I just got done wrapping up recording and I just said it. I'm burnt out, okay? I think this is a good break from it. And this still might take a few weeks. Might take a while. But I did some planning last night because I was trying to go to bed. But it's been keeping me up because I have so many ideas for this and I'm so inspired to make this. A little bit less right now because I've been recording all day and building custom trees. But I'm so excited about this. Build a railway. I think that'd be a cool thing to do at some point, to have maybe like an underground, like dwarven thing. But right now this is inspired by the cathedral from like Elden Ring, but I don't even play Elden Ring. I was just looking at images online. So right now I think what I'm doing is I'm just going to not even look at a reference image. I'm just going to play around with texturing and windows. Yeah, I have my hardcore world. No idea when the next episode will be because I'm a little bit behind. But I did finish recording. I just have to edit. I'm not sure what the next step of this cathedral is. I think I want to work on the like full shape of it. I probably should have some reference images pulled up just to know what I'm doing. I'm just gonna look on my phone, I think. How's everybody doing though? How was your Monday? This is like one of the only days I get off this week of my day job. I'm just looking at reference images real quick for this cathedral that I'm making. I have most of them. They're from like Elden Ring, and then I think the thing about real life cathedrals is I don't really like the shape of them. Like in the front, how they have like the two big towers. I just don't like that. So I think this shape is cool. Like I want there to be a big tower attached to it at some point because I think that'll be a really cool build. But right now I think I just want it to be a building like this. I think it's cool. How do you know how many blocks you need before building? So when you're building, you can build in Lightmatica. Like if you're building something on a large scale, in Lightmatica, if you get the blueprint for it, it'll tell you what blocks you need. It's super useful. Even if you're not doing YouTube videos, just having the blocks necessary, like knowing what you'd want to use beforehand, is helpful. So yeah, the Lightmatica mod. What's up? Welcome to the stream. I'm just gonna call you Lord. Lord of D the Third. Okay. Welcome to the stream. I wish I could stream more. You know? Exactly. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Wish I could stream more. So, the one on Elden Ring, I kind of want it to just be like the exact same shape. Like, I kind of just want it to be the same one from Elden Ring. I don't even know what it's called. But there's like a big circle here. And then there's some windows like above it that I can do. Some like smaller ones maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. But right now I think I'm just going to get the entire shape of the building down before I do any more detailing. I have a lot of the details done already. There's no plan. Absolutely no plan. I don't even know. I literally just hopped into this creative world. Working on a project, so I won't chat much, but glad to be able to watch. I'm glad you're here too, man. I don't think I've seen you on a stream before. Have you ever been in a stream? I know I've gotten like a lot of new viewers since my 1000 days video. My last video did pretty good. The only thing about a cathedral is like the scale is so like odd. I get like it's so massive. I know people like it when people say massive, so I'm gonna say it. Like, it would have to be like that long to look normal, and that is so many blocks. Like, look at that. Oh my, this would take so long. I think what I want to do, though, to save me some trouble is use mainly, like, a few resources. I don't want to have an insane material gathering process, so I'm going to save myself some time on that. Mostly using diorite, I think. The original crafting table I got to see again? Yeah. I'm assuming you're talking about the 1000 days video? Or are you talking about... Oh, my last video. Yeah, my last video. I did go back there. Yeah. I do want to actually go back to the starter area. And, do something over there, because I think the area is pretty cool. No, I'll actually just go... Well, actually, if I hop into this creative world, it might spoil next episode. But that's fine. Just look away. Okay. You didn't really see anything. I'm going to show you guys where this is actually going to be. I don't want it to be in a city. I want it to be over here. Up here. And I've been watching some like Jermsy Boy and seeing what he's done in his world with his cathedrals and stuff. And I want to do something like that with all the bridges and towers over here. And then some like fantasy style pink trees. But the cathedral will go right here if I have enough room for it. This is just like the very, very basic planning for some terrain. The purple thing, it's just terrain that I laid out. It's good to have like... It's good to build with concrete just to get the shape. Like if you're doing large scale builds, it's good to build with just colors instead of like stone or grass. Just using concrete. It helps a lot. Just seeing shapes. So that's why I'm using concrete for this. And eventually I'll replace it with Axiom. With the actual colors that I need. But there's actually like building techniques for cathedrals. And I don't know. Like I watched a whole video on it. Somebody explained how to make a cathedral in Minecraft. It helped a little bit. But I think what I want to do here, because the reference images I'm seeing, is I want to add a little side thing to it. Probably a little higher up than this. Do you have a special way of texturing? I mostly just think about the shadows and the highlights and kind of just do something a little random with that. But yeah, like as long as you have blocks that match a color palette, that works. Just kind of go in like patterns that would match shadows and lights and stuff. I don't know anything about like color theory, or I don't really think about it too much, honestly. I'm not a very technical builder. I just build stuff that ends up looking good. I don't know. I don't really think much when I build. about like actually how it works. If that makes any sense. I think this can go a little bit lower. Oh my. So many blocks are going to be needed for this. Let's try to get a mace. I actually did explore a good amount of the chambers in my new video that's going to be out hopefully soon. The only thing I don't like about this roof right now is that it looks like it lines up perfectly with this roof. And it looks really weird. Like, I don't like that at all. Oh my god, this guy's so loud. Please, please. And you have bad trades. But, let me see something. I don't know. I don't really know what to do. I think the only way to fix this is to make the roof a lot taller. That sounds so painful. Why? I feel like it's already tall enough. Yeah, chat's not very active right now. That's fine. It's probably because I'm bad at this. It's also, I think, like a weird time to be streaming. I don't think I'm streaming at the, like, best time. Hey, Ben's in here. What's up, Ben? How you doing? No, I'm pretty bad at streaming. Okay. I think that might look a little bit better. I don't want it to be super small, though. I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I extend the height of this up a bit? Because right now the problem is that looks a little bit weird. To me, anyways. Let me see. Oh my god, I'm flying so fast. Let me move this up a little bit. That looks a little better. The height of the build is just going to gradually increase. I don't like it. Yeah. Like that tall? No. Please save me. First like my stream, thank you. I was the first viewer of my stream though. I will always be the first viewer. Oh my, I don't, okay. Why is my flight speed so fast? I can't even do anything right now. Oh my god, is that 1000%? Okay, let me see what this looks like now with the height extended up. Use free cam. That looks a lot more natural, but the height of the build just got extended so much. But I don't know if that's too tall. I mean, I guess with cathedrals, there's no such thing as too tall. Oh my god, that's crazy. Okay. I guess we're rolling with that. That's absurd. I'm one of the only people you have with notifications. That's amazing. I don't know how many people I have notifications for, but it's always it's a very good compliment to have my notifications. I was actually I'm curious how many people have notifications on for my videos, because I think it's like a huge compliment. It's like a step up from subscribing. Thank you, Ben. It's good to have notifications on if you're a member too, though, so you can get the early video. Okay, so I think what I want to do here, though, is add maybe a little archway to break up the shape of the roof a little bit. Because right now there's just a lot of room right here, and then I can add some windows. Because right now I'm just gonna recreate what I'm seeing from Elden Ring. Thank you, Devin, for getting notifications on. Thank you. I'm just gonna call you GW or G. I'm just gonna call you G because your avatar. Thank you for having notifications on. That's cool. Yeah, I think it'd be easier to just adjust the height though, AK, because I just don't feel like adjusting the width right now, and I think the dimensions I have now, it'd be easier to just change the height. Let me try something though. I'm gonna go up like 2. That's, I think, a little bit too tall. But something I learned from cathedrals though is they often have these archway shapes. I don't remember exactly how they came up with it, but it's a architectural choice to make sure there's more support, I think, while also like using less resources but getting like height or something. I don't know, but there's like a reason for it. So I'm trying to do this for the build. That's pretty cool. I like that. I would not be able to do this without Axiom though. Oh my god. Imagine trying to build something like this without tools. I don't know. I think this height's really cool though. Like, I love like the large scale. This is kind of how I feel with the Dwarven Gate. Yeah, the material grind is going to be brutal. I do want to start on another series that is going to, like, it's not going to take priority over the hardcore content at all. But it could be used as like a break from it occasionally. And I want something to be able to give me more time for some of these big projects. So I think after my next video, I'm going to do like a very small project in the world, and then I'm going to do this to give myself a little bit more time. It's going to take many weeks, I think. Many weeks. Maybe like a month, maybe. I'm not going to lie, your streams are the only ones I like. That's cool. That's cool. I don't know why, but I don't know why you like my streams so much. But I really appreciate that. I know I've seen you in the streams before, for sure. And on comments. I think you commented on my new video, I think, if I remember. Do you have any building tips? I've always been able to build pretty well, but I've always had to have a reference picture or something like that, and I don't want to do that, but it looks so bad when I don't. That's every build that you see me do, every build that you see other people do, they use a reference image, so don't feel bad about that. Like, it's very rare to get a good idea without having some sort of inspiration for it. So using a reference image is like totally normal if you're worried about if other people do that, because other people totally do that. I don't know why I said totally so much there, but I'm using reference images for this. Many reference images. Like some builds I do, I just literally try to copy a reference image that I see. That's kind of what I'm doing now. I'm going to add my own twist to it, of course, but unless you're specifically talking about Minecraft reference images, which then it's a little bit different, but you just got to learn how to find like some art on Pinterest and turn that into a Minecraft build. So I guess if you're talking about using other people's builds as like reference images, then it's a different thing. And if you're doing that, I would just suggest that you use art that isn't Minecraft. There's something about the archway that I don't like. I think it's just... I'm going to remove that and then move this over to here. See if that looks better. Yeah, I like that a little bit more. What colors will the church be? I haven't completely decided, but I wanted to go either with diorite. I don't know. I think I'd rather go with a lighter tone. So I think diorite, andesite, just gray and white tones is what I'm thinking. And then of course a little bit of pink for the accents and like the foliage around it, I guess. Using some like cherry leaves would be cool. Ooh, I want to use the pink sparingly though. I don't want it to be overwhelming. Pink sheep is not overwhelming. Okay, he's a good boy that's dead. So I don't know if I like that though. Like, oh my god, I'm in a dead tree that I made forever ago. I actually kind of like this dead tree. I've never built it in any world though. I was just kind of messing around. We are worshipping the pink wool with this one. Yeah. Actually, where did I put... I have the pink wool. I don't know where I put it. I'm going to be honest. You got 600 views on one video then quit? Because of the view? Because 600 isn't bad, especially if you're just starting. Pink concrete. Yeah, I'll probably use all types of pink blocks for it. You know, I think this is actually a pretty cool archway. I think that's good. I think that does the shape pretty well. I think it might just be too tall. Like if I bring it down a couple blocks. Can't really make it skinnier because I'm only using one block. I think if anything I'll make it thicker. And that'll make it blend in a little bit more. I kind of like where it's at right now. And then I think I'll use walls going around it as well. I think I could make the circle bigger though. I just need a circle guide to know like actually how to make a shape of a circle that's a little bit bigger. Because I think the circle needs to be a lot bigger than what it is right now. A tutorial on the statue? I think it'd be super hard to make a tutorial on the statue. I'm not good at tutorials. They take forever. I do have the schematic for it, though. This was the first statue I made, though, and I honestly think it's really, really good. I just don't know if I have the patience to come up with a tutorial for this. Oh, this is actually like a birch tree design I came up with, though. I like it. I like it. I think in order to make the copper grates work, though, you'd have to mix in some like other orange blocks. I don't know why I'm getting carried away showing this, but I made this cool little like fall tree. I made so many trees for my next episode. It's crazy. Back when I used to have a YouTube channel, I used to give out my Creative Super Flat World every 50 subs. I'm kind of doing something similar. I don't know if I'll ever give out my like creative planning world or make anything for that, but I like giving world downloads. Trying to think. I have to find a circle guide though here to see, because I want to expand that circle. What's up, Wave? How you doing? So right now the circle is a 17 by 17 circle. I think I want to make it like 25 or something. That's a very big circle. That might be way too big. We'll see what 21 looks like. Okay, I got the image of the circle put up. I'm gonna try to make this one. Actually, it might be easier to make it out of concrete first and then destroy it. Okay. This is excellent. 3. I think 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think it's like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The good thing about circles is they're symmetrical. So as long as you know the basic dimensions. My phone just fell, and that sounded so loud. That was so loud. Oh my god. That is not correct. That is not how you make a circle. Okay. I did something wrong over here. Don't mind me. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay. I think that's gonna be a circle. I think. I'm just gonna fill this in now and see. Any ideas on what to build for my villagers in my Bedrock hardcore world? You gotta give them a fountain. I don't think I've built a single fountain in my world. They need a place to have water. So the non-existent people in my world just don't have water. I don't know how they're living. That is actually, I think that's a perfect size for the circle, actually. I think that works perfect. Yeah, for me it's 7:30. I got EST time zone, the best time zone. But no, that circle works pretty well, I think. Yeah. Okay. The height of the build is just, it's going to continue to go up, I think, but I think that works. What I want to do now, though, is I want to copy this window design and put them above there. That's kind of what I'm seeing from the Elden Ring picture, and I like that idea. Like, I think it's... Let me see if I can somehow do this. I think if I just clone this selection right here and then bring it up, I think I can do that. That is way too high. A little bit too high there. So if I do the selection right here and then bring it down like that, and then rotate it. Oh wait, no, that's not gonna work. That did not look good. Pink sheep stained glass design. I do think I want to try something like that. I think I want to try something like that. I want to create some stained glass designs up here, because there's just gonna be a big window right here, and I definitely need some ideas for what I want to do in it. I think the pink sheep stained glass is kind of like it's a must, I think. So let me do that, and then that. No. No. Nope. That's not right. I just did the same thing. Oh my god. Ignore what is happening right now. Okay, there we go. Actually, no. This is high quality content. Are you gonna... I do have some plans for the end. I definitely want to do something in the end at some point. Oh, I forgot. I made the windows on an even angle instead of an odd. That's so unfortunate. Not angle, but like even shape. It's quite annoying. No, for like the end, I want to do something like dark fantasy style, like a fantasy castle. I don't like when people make like an end project and completely remove the end aspect of it. Like remove the island and make something that doesn't even look like it's from the end. I think that looks a little odd. I want to keep the end island and the whole end theme together. If that makes sense. But I want to make like a castle similar to what I did for the nether portal. I want to do something like that for the end. But maybe make it ruined and like mystical, but like super dark. I might have to use Blackstone for that again. Name of villager Jerry? Isn't that like a reference? Didn't another YouTuber name their villager Jerry? Or am I thinking of something else? I don't know why my mind is not working right now for this window design. Oh no, that works. Yeah. I'm just not the smartest person in the world. Yeah, I think this window works. So I want to put one here, and then I want to have a couple more that offset a little bit there at the top. Yeah, something like that, Ben, with like a dark fantasy castle that's like ruined. Maybe there's like some dragon bones and like something with the end theme that I can go with, like lore wise. I think would be a cool idea. Because if I make something for the end, I'd like to have some sort of explanation for it. Yeah, I think, okay, yeah, Captain Sparkle's named a slime Jerry. I think you always got to name somebody Jerry for some reason. The black palette for this is going to be some white tones. Kind of like what B-dubs did in the nether, I think. Because I want to utilize some fences, and I think the only way I'm going to do that is with the pale oak fences. It'd be cool if they had gray fences in Minecraft, but they only have white. And end village at the base of an end city building. I think I'd rather just create like a very dark fantasy looking castle or fortress. The towers on the sides, I think, I'm not too sure. I could, so the reference images I'm seeing has like a statue up here. I could do something like that. I could just do towers. I'm not too sure. Because I think towers would look cool. If I could figure out a cool statue design, maybe, but I'm leaning towards tower because the statue design sounds painful. Yeah, the Wandering Trader. The scale difference between the Wandering Trader and the Cathedral is so funny. Members only server? I mean, I kind of have something like, I mean, I have the members only chat, but that's about it. I think eventually maybe if the membership grows, I'll have something like that. But right now I just don't know if it's necessary. Do you have Bedrock? I do. I don't play on it. Let me see. Yep, it looks better. Anyways, I'm gonna copy this window design over here. I want it to be somewhere in the middle. Probably like right there. Okay, so it's... No, it's one block over, I think like that on each side. Yeah, I think that's symmetrical. Let's see what this looks like. I'm spending so much time on the front detail here. I have no idea what to do for the rest of the shape of the build. Absolutely no idea. That's pretty cool. I think that looks pretty cool. I'm going to remove these sections right here and see what it looks like. Did not mean to do that. I don't know if I plan on having any religious elements outside of pink sheep in my world. That's cool. How do you guys feel about those windows? I think I want to add bigger frames for the windows. For sure. But I think that looks pretty cool. I think that's a pretty cool shape. I was like, I'm only going to get inspired by images, but I'm pretty much just directly copying what I saw from the Elden Ring image that I'm looking at. Oops. So I want to change this color. I want to change this to red concrete, just have this separate selection for it. That's why it's also useful to use colored concrete when you're creative planning, is to just have that, like, ability to just select certain sections of a build. Oh my god. So yeah. Yep, the scale of this is absurd. I'm not excited about it, but I am at the same time. Okay. So I think that works. I'm just going to continue with this. I'm just going to go to here. I'm not going to complete the complete shape yet. I'm not excited about opening up the Lightmatica menu and seeing exactly how many blocks I'm going to need. That does not excite me at all. Yeah, I have a reference. I'll probably... Oh my god! I did not mean to do that. I could probably post in the Discord if you guys want to see what I'm looking at. Pictures for your city building? For the city building, I don't. Which is why I don't like the city, I think. Because, oh my... I don't really like the way the city turned out. I look at it in disgust. I don't like it. Dude, this is going to be crazy. This is going to be absurd. Yeah. I think I made some pretty, like, major mistakes with the city, though. I think I rushed the creative planning for it a lot, and I should have given myself a lot more time to plan the city. But it's also the first city I've ever made. Yeah, I was thinking about doing that. I was thinking about just completely destroying it, but I don't want to do that. But it would stress me out less if I deleted the video, acted like it never existed and never happened. Somehow, like, go with AI and, like, remove it from the background in any of my newer videos, too. Alright, I mean, that looks sick. But it's also going to make me sick to make this in survival. I'm going to gaslight the whole audience to be like, I don't know what you're talking about with the city thing. I don't know where you're getting that idea from. I never had a city. I'm thinking, though, I can probably save the city if I just use some of my newer building techniques. Like, it'll probably be fine. It's probably not a big deal. Considering this is my first real hardcore experience, from, like, the long-term perspective, I think I can also just use some of the bad builds that I've made and use it as, like a museum almost. Like, you're looking at your old art and be like, oh, look how much I've gotten better at building. Modern Walmart. That's, dude, every city needs a Walmart in the middle of it. Instead of a big cathedral, it's just a Walmart. Yeah. Yeah, I think the city... The thing about the city build, too, is I feel stupid because while I was making the video, there was parts of it that I hated, literally while I was building it, and I don't know why I kept it. I could have definitely released the video a little bit later and just made something that I was happier with, but it's okay. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Josh, I'm not gonna destroy it. I did have planned a little bit of destroying a little bit of it, but maybe I'll destroy a little bit. I'll keep most of it though. Okay. There's a lot of, like... The cool thing about a cathedral, though, is there's so many different ways of adding shape to the build. That is pretty exciting. How many blocks tall? I have no idea. Probably too many. Probably too many. I'm actually not sure how to calculate this. Oh, I think... So it starts at minus 60. And it goes up to 30. That's easy math. 70 blocks tall, right? No. 90 blocks tall. Why did I say 70? That's 90 blocks. Easy math, guys, at the Wombaat YouTube channel. Ignore what I said. It's 90 blocks tall. Yeah, see, Luna, if I made a tutorial on the statue, it would either be a very, very long tutorial, or it would be a very fast tutorial, where I would just show it layer by layer and not actually speak over it or anything like that. Interior? We're not going to speak about the interior. Oh my god, this is... I might have to do that thing where I just make this, like, one side of it in a video and then complete it all in a separate video. I don't know, though. See, the problem with me, I'm like, you know what, this won't be that big of a project, and then it will be. Yeah. Dude, the happy gas would make this project so much easier. Let me see, though. Actually, I want to make my life easier later on. So I'm going to make this entire tower pink concrete, I think. No, it's fine. Whatever. It's fine. Whatever. Ignore what I said. Okay. Yeah, I'm only doing the planning for this stream, I think. Not sure how long I'm going to do it for. So for cathedrals, there's a lot of support for them because they're such massive structures. So I'm going to add these every like 5 blocks, I think. Every 7 sounds fine. Why did I move it? I meant to clone it. Yeah, I was tired from recording because what I was doing was so boring. I was just making custom trees literally till 6 o'clock. It took me like 6 hours of making trees. Everybody's been wanting me to make a cathedral, Bernie. And this is the first time I've ever made one. It's pretty fun so far to plan one. Hopefully yours turns out pretty good. If you do like make one, just send it in the Discord. Definitely interested to see what it looks like. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Imagine this was perfectly scaled. Oh, I think it's like 1 block off. I mean, it is perfectly scaled, but I think the other side had like a block that was on the edge here. Yeah. Almost. That looks so cool though. I love that. I think that looks pretty nice. I might make this 1 block smaller. Like that. You know, I'm just gonna add shapes right now using concrete. I think sounds like a fun way of doing this. I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Actually, I don't know what I'm doing. I'm gonna use this block right here. See what that looks like. Dang. I wish there was more room on this side to create a ledge here. The only way to do that is if I extended that height up. But I don't want to do that. Like, I want the ledge to extend to this side, but it would just look weird with the little space that's given to me on this side of the build. Like, just having that tiny ledge right there, I think would look super weird, given how small this section is. So I just don't think I'm going to add it. I have not seen. Miverick's build? I haven't seen. The patience for me is Germsy boy. What he's doing is absurd. Yeah, I'll add more windows to these sides, Brock. And then maybe I'll add some like very tall windows to these sides. It would look sick. It's like the reference images I'm seeing. I think it has these windows, but just super tall. Like the height is crazy. I think that'd look cool. If I ever do complete the interior of this, it would look so cool. Oh my. This with shaders. I'm already lagging. Dude, the way the light's going through the windows. Oh my god. Yeah, I'll probably check that out later. Yeah, if. That's what I'm saying, if. I think the interior would be something simple though, which is good. Like, I don't think the interior would be anything super complex. I think it'd be very open, and then there'd be like a, not a throne, but like an altar looking thing in the middle there, or like the end. I think this looks so cool so far though. Is this... Do you think this is wide enough, or do you think I should add one more pillar here to make it wider? Or do you think that ending right here is good? Please say it's wide enough, please. Less work, please. A Pope hat. The pink sheep Pope. More work? No. Thousands more. Dude, this is thousands of more blocks, I think. A sloped roof on the very top. Yeah, this will be the roof for the top of it. Oh yeah, making this on bedrock. Oh my. Not even ever want to do something like that on bedrock. Like, if you're a good builder on bedrock, that's like so much more impressive because you don't have all the tools, even for like the creative planning of it. Let me see. Oh my god. Just this space right here is so big. Is the design able to be extended if you need to for the interior? I don't I don't know if any expansion will be needed. But I think the exterior will always, since it's very symmetrical, if I ever want to expand the exterior, I think I'll be able to with like a tower. Yeah. I want to create some balconies for sure. It's a giant chandelier in the middle. No, you can join the Discord without being a member. There is like membership only perks for the Discord. But if you just want to be a member of the Discord, you don't need a channel membership. Also, I don't know how I'm even ever going to get this much diorite. Like, I don't know how that's physically possible. So can you copy it over to your world on Java, or do you have to still do it freehand? So if you use Litematica, there's like a blueprint so you can see where you need to place blocks. But yeah. And then for this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to probably create a blueprint for it in Axiom. And then import this into my world in another creative copy, and then do stuff around it. The server should be in the description of this, the description of the live stream or other videos. If that doesn't work, just tell me and I can send it in the chat. Let me see. So the roof, I think, would have to go down to here. Hey, less blocks. That's fine with me. That's like hundreds of blocks that I save. Yeah, the tools for creative building on Java make doing YouTube videos possible. Otherwise, there would be no way. Oh my. Every part of this build is just absurd. I don't know why so when I generate a Discord link, I set it so it doesn't expire, but for some reason it always expires, and I don't know why. So I'll send it in chat. Okay. Oh my god. Let me see if I can do this from my phone. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I generate a Discord link and it's set to never expire, but for some reason Discord hates me. And it expires anyways. There, I sent it. That should work. This would be so cool to have in the world though. Like if I build this, I feel like I would just sit and look at this for like hours and just be like, that's pretty cool. Yeah, I think that circle should be big enough for like a pink sheep thing. I don't know what I would make the pink sheep stained glass look like, but I think I have enough space there. Or maybe I could even put like a tree design instead, or I could do something. Because I was thinking about creating custom trees around the world that are like with the pink cherry leaves. Yeah, I have decided on a location for it, but it's still close. Oh my god, that looks so cool. It's close to my starter base, but it's a little bit away. It's not going to be visible from the rest of my world. I have to sneeze. Oh no. Oh my god, that was bad. The muffled sneeze though. I'm actually not sure. Like I could totally do like a full body pink sheep thing, or just the face, or maybe just like a cool design. I'm thinking maybe a cool design, like a pink stained glass design here in the middle. But I don't know. I mean, it's a good space to be able to do some like stained glass artwork. If I can come up with something. I think having rows on the roof of a block up a support would look nice as well, if that makes any sense. Like rows on the roof, like that. Like going up. Yeah, I think I'll do that. I mean, that is actually on the reference images that I'm seeing as well. Yeah, I think this is what I'm going to vote for 20k. It's dedicated to pink sheep, but I think this will be my 20k build. Somebody suggested it, and I'm like, you know what? I'll do it finally, because I've been wanting to do this. Thanks, Brock. I appreciate that. I'm not the type to fall asleep to videos, but my girlfriend is. And you know what? It's a good compliment to like to be, you know, it's to be good enough that you can fall asleep to my videos, because I feel like it's a very personal selection of what videos you're gonna do. So I appreciate that. Oh yeah. Dude, adding the small details of this is gonna be so fun. And then I'm gonna have to build it in survival. Oh no. That's what I'm saying. Like, I can't sleep to YouTube videos because if I'm at all interested in it, I'm just gonna stay awake and like they'll get me tired to the point where I want to fall asleep, but I'm always too invested to where I won't be able to just fall asleep. If that makes any sense. It should make sense because that should be how it works, you know? But my brain don't work how other people's do. Yeah, so I used to have a fan to fall asleep until my fan broke, and now I'm just used to sleeping in silence, which was always an insane concept to me. To just sleep to silence it sounds insane. And I'm still not happy that I've learned to do that. But that's what I resort to now, is just silence. The main structure color palette is just going to be some white blocks, like diorite. And then maybe I'll probably use a lot of pale oak too, because it'll be a lot easier to get that block. And I can maybe even make a tree farm for it. So I'll probably use a lot of pale oak. Gonna cheat and use a tree farm. That would actually be a good idea. Oh, that looks so cool though, the shape. This is gonna be so cool. Alright, Rin, thank you. Thanks for that. That's exactly your response. That's how it should be when you're looking at this cathedral right here. Yeah, I think a white and gray, but like the gray spots would just be used for texturing. And just to save myself on grinding for just diorite, which sounds insane. Like, I don't even know where that spawns. Like, I'd have to find it. It's not like stone. Yeah, that detail right there is sick. And honestly, so something that I've learned from B-dubs is you don't even have to add a ton of detail. You just have to add enough slight layers and then use these shadows from the blocks that you're going to use, because just that detail right there is so nice. Yeah, dude. What's up, Joseph? What is your inspiration? Just Elden Ring. I'll send it actually in the Discord right now if you guys want to see what I'm looking at. I've only played Elden Ring once and I rage quit. If you're wondering if I'm a big Elden Ring player, that's my response to that. Let me send this in the Discord if I can. Actually, I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can right now. I have it on my phone, and my phone is not directly linked to my main Discord that I use for the channel. I'm watching a playthrough of it so I don't rage quit straight away. Yeah, I literally just rage quit. How to get the foggy look? There's a fog mod called Simple Fog Control. These are my settings for it. And I have the rain fog. I actually changed the fog for when it rains to make it really, really short. So when it rains, the fog gets closer and it gives this really, really cool effect. So yeah. Yeah, a lot of people hate diorite, but it's honestly such a good block to use. And there's a bunch of other white blocks in the game now that it works. This was the original scale of the cathedral, by the way. This is still a cool design. Maybe I'll use it in a different part of the world. But what I'm doing now is much larger. Much larger. I only have PC. I do have an Xbox, but I don't really play much on it. I started playing Oblivion, actually. But I don't have a ton of time to play it. Yeah, polished diorite. I don't use polished diorite a bunch, but I think I'm gonna use it a lot in this build. One thing I can do something like this, and then I'll have that like frame thing that we were talking about around here for the roof to give it that extra shape. I found a calcite vein in my world. I might use a little bit of calcite in this block, but calcite's always a pain to find, so it's hard to use it in a large scale build like this, I think. So I don't know how much I'm going to use. I might not use it, but calcite's a pretty cool block. White concrete might actually be a really easy block to get a lot of, so I'm probably going to use a lot of white concrete. Because I can easily get sand and gravel using just some of the farms that I've made. Yeah, I never played I played Oblivion. I don't remember anything about it. So it's not even nostalgic for me. It's just funny. I mean, there's a little bit of nostalgia because I'd watch my like brothers play Skyrim when I was a kid, but I never really played it myself. But the game is so funny to me. Like, those games will always be nostalgic to me, but I never played them because I was like 8 and I wasn't really playing games. But Oblivion, it's pretty fun. I love the AI in those games. I love how dumb it is. Yeah, the NPCs, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. They're so funny. And then like I think I stole an apple. Or I accidentally killed somebody. Oh wait, that's not aligned. Oops. And the guard just appeared from the sewers. Like, the guards will find you no matter what. You cannot escape them. Okay. Went out his cigarette. Okay. No more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. It's actually lined up perfectly, I think. What's up, Bim? Glad you can join the stream. So I'm gonna hate making the interior for this, but if I can come up with something cool, it's also gonna elevate the build so much, because look how much space there is. That is crazy, dude. The amount of room here is actually nuts. Okay, instead of adding any more details though, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy this side of the build over to the back. Axiom is so useful. I love it. Boom. Now it's completely put over there. Thank you for your tree tutorials. I made a cherry blossom. I'm definitely gonna make some cherry blossom type trees for this build. I'm excited about it. I'm gonna make some like fantasy trees, but I'm glad my tutorials could help with that. I've made so many trees though for the new video that I'm working on that I have to start editing. That I'm like so burnt out on trees right now. I'm so burnt out on trees. Yeah, so Axiom you just cannot use it in hardcore. Like, I think it's just if you have cheats enabled. Like, if you have cheats enabled, maybe. But for me, it's not an issue. I work for like a bigger pizza company. Nothing local. My axiom is set to like I don't even know what it's called. It's the key that's next to 1. I don't know what it's called. And then the shift. The right shift. Which is very, very intentional if you want to select it. My left alt doesn't have anything like key to it. Yeah, you can just change your speed and then you can phase through blocks while you're in creative, so you don't have to change to spectator. It's just so nice. Everything about this mod is so cool. It makes building stuff on large scales so much easier. But yeah, this is looking pretty sweet so far. So what do I have to do? I have to add these sections in. The easiest way to do this would probably just be cloning it. Oh. Okay. I think that's right. No, I don't think that's right. Did I do something wrong? I think that's off by a block. I don't know how. I think... because there's only one block here. I think I have to move this whole thing by a block. Yeah, no, I think that's correct. I think it was just I think it was out by a block, because this has like a 1 block space, and now this one does too, so I think it's correct now. Wait. The interior is so massive. It's actually ridiculous. I'll see you later, Luna. Thank you for stopping by. I don't know what I'm going to stream next, but I hope you can join in. Am I doing something terribly wrong here? So Okay. That should be like that. There's 2 blocks space there. There's only 1 here, so I think this needs to be pushed back. Oh my, that looks rough. You know what? I'm just gonna Control Z. Yeah, this. That's 7 though. So I think that needs to go right there. I don't know how this is off, but it is off by a single block, and it's very upsetting. Smear doesn't go through blocks. Oh. That's helpful. Thank you. I don't know what I did wrong. I'm too stupid. It's like it's lined up properly. This side is proper. Let me see. I don't know what is wrong here. Yeah, I could cut it in half. That's a good idea. I could actually just do that right now. I could just delete this entire side and then just completely copy it over. Boop. And then I can clone this selection, I think. No, I'll clone this side. And then hopefully this should be symmetrical. Oh, I should probably make sure this is the same too. Wait, since it's completely symmetrical though, I can actually just clone this side too. I've used Photoshop many times. I don't know why I'm like not thinking of stuff like this. Yeah, I can just do that. And that'll copy that over. And now. Thank you, Brock, for showing me common sense. This is exactly what I should have been just doing the entire time. Well, actually, before I select it, I'm actually just gonna work on half of it, like, and complete this half before I do any more editing, and then just duplicate it. I think that makes a lot more sense. You mentioned earlier that you do things in the city once you have better building techniques. What are those, and how do you get better at them? It's a good question. I'd have to go back in the city. I think a big thing... Man, it's hard to like say that because like I want to like visually show it. I don't want to spoil too much in my next video. But I think I've gotten better with shapes and block palette and everything. This is the new video. So this is the... I just didn't creative plan enough of this. This is the build that I spent the most time planning. This corner one, and I love this build a lot. Like, this is definitely the best build in the entire city, and I think it looks so cool. because the block palette is detailed. It's a unique shape. The roof works. The location is nice. Oh my. So I think it really just stems from a lack of creative planning or time spent creative planning. That's really what I'm talking about. I think I just didn't spend enough time planning like this. This looks terrible. Oh, this is something I was coming up with. I was talking about spending more time. I made this bridge. Made this building, which is like okay. I'm kind of happy with it. I was working the cathedral here a little bit more. But I just don't really like any of these buildings. I did not do good here. This one I think is okay. I like this one. This one's eh. This one's decent. I don't mind this one. But I don't know. There's just a lot about it that I don't like. I think just the planning in general isn't great, but it's also the first city I've ever made. Yeah, I've literally never planned a city. So I don't really... I think the mistake I made is I planned it... I should have planned the buildings far in advance, but what I did was I kind of just built it as I went. And planned it as I went, which isn't super realistic. I mean, I don't know. Like this build I'm pretty happy with. I think it works a little bit. But I don't know. I don't know. I'm not a huge fan of it. So I seriously don't know what to do over here anymore. I don't know. I might just completely delete it, but I don't think I want to do that. But here's what I built in this episode. I'll just use this build as an example. I sent this in the Discord, but this is a diagonal build that I think looks really, really nice. The block palette isn't super crazy, but the extra details that I added I think go a long way. So, I don't know. There is some... Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't look great. I don't know. I would definitely go for a different style if I made it again. Like, I would go for one universal style for the buildings instead of just doing... Yeah, like, you're right. Like, the builds just... They're like single buildings. They don't go together at all. They don't connect. So... Slimmer, it's too broad. Are you talking about this right here? I think once it's textured up, it might look better. I mean, maybe I can make those sides slimmed down a little bit. Maybe you're right on that. Yeah, I could probably slim the sides of the build down. What do you guys think? Be kind of a pain. It would save me some resources. If I do slim it down, it'd probably only be by a few blocks, though. I don't know. I think it might be okay. The top is slimmer than the base. Okay. I mean, I'm looking at a reference image right now. It's an Elden Ring image, so it's not supposed to be based off of like any like real life thing. I will say though, like these corner sections though are definitely a little bit slimmer. But it's no big deal. I think it's okay. I think it leaves more room for detail. Yeah, I'm keeping the orange and purple. The texturing, this is the texturing of the build, if you were wondering. I was thinking I might make this window go down a little bit, actually. By like a block. I would totally be playing Sleep Token if I could. I want to use Sleep Token in my videos, but I can't, sadly. I do think the dimensions are a little bit off, though, because I can't create some of the same details that are used in the Elden Ring image that I'm looking at. Like, let me think. Like, I want to create more shapes in here, but I just don't have a ton of space to do it. Yeah, I think that's the cathedral that I'm basing it off of, because it's pretty much based off of that. I think that's the same one that I'm looking at. I just like the shape of it. I don't really like the cathedrals that have the towers. I just don't like the way that looks. I like the way this shape looks. It looks more like a traditional like church shape. So. Oh my god. There's LEDs on the bottom of my desk that are broken. I didn't do it. Yes, I did. I totally did it. Whatever. It's okay. Thinking. Yeah, the only way, though, to make the dimensions work how I want to is to make the build even taller. And I don't really want to do that. I think it's already too tall. I don't really want to... So, it's like a cathedral. I don't really want it to be like any based off of any real world religion. So if there's any religious symbols, it would just be related to pink sheep. So there wouldn't be any like crosses or anything like that. It's gonna be a little bit of a pain, but I want to bring these windows down by a couple blocks, I think. This is not doing what I want it to do. Why? Okay, that works. There we go. That gives me like a little bit more room here to work. Yeah, I think some statues would be cool. I don't know how I would do like pink sheep statues, but definitely not. Definitely would be cool because the Elden Ring one has some statues in front, and I think it's a pretty cool look. I don't know how I would make them pink sheep themed though. Dream versus DeQuavis 1v1. I don't know what that means. That sounds brain rot. Anything related to Dream for me is just a no. Dude, I should collab with Dream. What do you guys think? versus the allegations. Yeah. I actually think that's enough room at the top there now to create some like cool arch designs here in the roof. Like if I go through and add in some stuff like this, that doesn't work. Let me see here. Yeah, that could look cool. Yeah, that pink wool that I have to find it, but I think I want to put that in the big cathedral. If that's what you're talking about, Bim. Yeah, the big stained glass window will be right here. I am so hungry, dude. Okay. 3 blocks in between. There's only 2 here. Whatever. Doesn't have to be symmetrical. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna put the pink sheep stained glass thing in. I think that's definitely something I'm gonna do. Okay, so I like that for the texturing up here, and then so smear, you can just do that. Nope, that doesn't work. Okay, I mean, it's so useful, though. Oh my god. How does smear work? Can I do that and then just go up? Okay. Doesn't look that great. I think I can create better archways. I think I can just do archways using trapdoors and slabs and stairs. Yeah. I think I haven't really thought about the actual like timeline for this whole cathedral thing, this pink sheep thing. Probably somewhat newer. But I don't know. I'm not sure. I like the idea of things being more ancient, though, in my world, but I don't know if that would make sense for the whole pink sheep theme. Yeah, good luck on the dream collab, thank you. I'm hoping for it. I think that'll really spark my channel growth. I think that's what I need. Oh, that's what's wrong. You know, I don't mind that. I think this needs to be like 1 block taller, though. That's a pretty cool looking shape up front, I think. I mean, at this point, I'm just directly copying what I'm seeing from the Elden Ring image that I'm looking at. Which is okay. It's okay. Nothing wrong with that. I love using stained glass though. Stained glass is such a cool thing because you can just connect these walls like that. Ooh, yeah. Oh yeah, that the little bit extra shape that can add. I won't be able to do that up here though, sadly. I don't think. This is gonna look very bad. Yeah, I didn't leave myself enough room. I'll have to do something different in the middle. Unless I make the build taller by like 2 blocks. I don't want to do that. Oh wait, this might actually work. Yeah, that'll work. What did I say? Oh yeah, the stained glass. Yeah. Definitely if you're making something with some detail using shapes and different things and walls, the glass can give you a lot more room for different types of shapes. And from a distance, you don't notice it. And sometimes you can just straight up use glass for texturing. It's like on its own. I think it's a pretty cool block to use for stuff like that. For sure. Like walls. Like I can just go around this circle here to give it a little bit more depth. Using some walls. See what this looks like. I like the concept of making something have depth without actually making it have depth, you know what I mean? Just using texturing. Like that looks pretty cool. Like that just adds a frame around it. And I think if I use white stained glass with the white themes, that could look so cool. Stained glass for the win. It also kind of just makes the circle shape look a little bit better. Anyways, I'm gonna make some windows on this side. Why does this side look so weird? Okay. I learned a lot from your builds and videos, like dark tone, light tone, and texturing. I'm glad I could help you out with that. I think that's something that is a big step forward when it comes to texturing, is just not doing random texturing. Because it looks noisy if you do that. Like the difference between like a noisy building and something that's more deliberate with shadows and stuff makes it look a lot cooler. But I love building, and if I can help people build a little bit better, then that's awesome. And yeah, signs. I use so many signs in my new video for texturing. It's kind of ridiculous how much I use. It honestly kind of sucks using signs though, because they take so much to craft, and they only stack in 16, which is dumb. So stupid. I was talking because I was on, if you know NC's stream, I was on his stream earlier talking about inventory management, and it's very upsetting how bad it is in Minecraft. Like, if you're building something, you need so many blocks, and so many, like, of them, so many different types of blocks, and so many of them that it's so hard to manage an inventory when you're building something of this scale. Yeah, even if you still aren't great at texturing, sometimes you really don't have to be. Like, you don't even have to do too much with texturing. Just getting those shadows down a little bit is a pretty big help. I've come to like the realization that I like the super over textured stuff though. Which is, speaking of inventory management, the big problem. When you're using 20 different blocks for a build, it becomes very difficult to manage an inventory. Sometimes I almost crash out when I'm making videos because I have to like go back and forth to collect certain blocks. Yeah, it takes... I'll look at the Discord for sure, but it takes forever to build custom trees. I was making so many today, and it takes like a good amount of time to build trees, even on creative. These all take like 40 minutes. But I know I said it earlier on the stream, I kind of got very burnt out. Kind of very. From my new video because of just how many trees I made. That's kind of a cool shape for the window. Purpose for the cathedral. If not, then maybe a storage system for your totems or something like that, just to give you an excuse to visit. That'd be pretty cool. There's no like purpose of it. No. I did ask on the community tab what to build for 20,000 subscribers, and this was what was suggested. So there's that, and it's just for pink sheep. But in terms of the actual functionality of the build, there's really nothing for it. I could make the build have a ton of pink accents and maybe use it for storage for like colored blocks if I wanted to. Maybe. But I think a storage for totems would be really, really cool. Like in concept. I think that's a good idea. Because the totem is pink sheep totem. A sheep farm? Yeah, a giant wool farm in here. Yep, that's what's going in here. A giant wool farm. The only thing is I'd have to AFK it. Let me see. I'm trying to think. I think for the rest of the build, I might just take some, like... I might just do whatever pops up in my dome. Dude, a giant blaze farm out of this in the nether. Imagine copying this in the nether and making it like a evil cathedral that's a direct copy of the Pink Sheep Cathedral. You know what's funny? I wanted to create a storyline with a gray sheep that's evil. Because a gray sheep wandered in the nether. I forget what video. I think it's the nether portal video. Actually. A gray sheep just wandered in the nether. But it despawned, just like Pink Sheep, sadly. So every sheep in the world that has any sort of meaning just dies. Yeah, the Pink Sheep totem, let me see. Why did I actually search up Pink Sheep? I could make the Pink Sheep totem. I was thinking though, instead of storage for the totems, I can just put them in item frames. Yeah. I also removed the invisible item frame resource pack. It'd be cool if there was a way to actually frame them. I actually wonder if you can use signs behind it. No. Oh, that'd be so cool. That would have been perfect, actually. Actually, though. Let me see. I think what some people did is they used tripwire hooks. No, that looks bad. That's so stupid. Oh, I know there's no way to do that. A button. Nope. My idea is gone. A Strider Cathedral? I don't think anybody does builds for Striders. So doing a build for them would be pretty cool, actually. The Gray, the leader of the Endermen. Stole Pink Sheep and gotta sacrifice him to the End Dragon. I did want to tie the Pink Sheep lore into like the world with the dragon somehow. Dude, yeah. Instead it's like Gandalf the White and Gandalf the Gray. It's Pink Sheep the Gray, which doesn't make any sense. Floyd the Gray. But it's like his evil version. That's a good idea, Pat. Yeah, and then the sheep, they're just like, I don't know, they're seen as gods in the world. I don't know if I wanted to add like an evil sheep, but I did want to add some sort of evil. The gray sheep would be so funny. That means I don't want to kill any sheep in the world, though. People did want me to make the nether portal like an evil sheep, like a base. Like that's something people wanted me to do. Which isn't the worst idea, I guess. Because I just also thought about it at some point. So maybe it's eventually I'll do it. I wonder what these towers will look like if I use some stained glass similar to what I did on my starter base, though. That's kind of cool. Like that shape on the edge there. Pillagers, gray sheep, followers. Yeah. Same color. Not to be racist, but it's the same color. Like, if there's the evil parts of Minecraft, like, it's mostly the pillagers. They go after you. Villagers are weird, man, because they hate villagers, but they mostly go after you and target you for some reason. Like, what did I do, man? Oh yeah, that's a cool idea. 2 pink sheep. Yeah. It's not bad, not bad. See, it's little details like this that you add to builds that really just makes you not want to do it. But that looks sick. I don't know if I want villagers around here. Oh, that's pretty cool. What do you guys think about that little detail though on the side? I think that looks pretty sick. What's up, Rowan? Yeah, that's so funny. The reason he's gray and evil is because he got dyed gray by like a old builder. And he's just mad that he doesn't have the same color. He used to be rare, but now he's just seen as an equal, and he's mad by it. That level of like I don't know. That level of detail for the lore is kind of crazy. No, I didn't dye him gray. I didn't dye any sheep gray. Actually, I did dye sheep gray. I'm trying to think what other details I should add here. Let me see. Yeah, Matt Pet. Yep, we gotta do a game theory for the pink sheep in my world. Cyan sheep. Yeah, every sheep has to have like an archetype or some role to play. The sheep lore before GTA 6. Yeah. I mean, honestly, some of this could just be fan-made lore. Not actually in the world. I'm liking this detail, though. I like it. I like it. Should I make these windows taller, though, going up the entire way? Instead of having that little beam right there? Let me see this from the inside. Actually, I kind of like having some room. That's pretty cool. I'll clone these windows down here, though. Oh no, it's offset by a block. Sad face. Yes, I am the world rescuer. They see me as God now. Came built to okay. To rebuild the ruined world. Gray sheep have destroyed over the war with pink sheep. Honestly, like, if there is gray sheep in the Nether, just having him, like, having a cathedral that's exactly the same. Like he's trying to copy pink sheep. I think having 4 chandeliers in here, if there is one, would be cool. Or, yeah, if there's just one giant one in the middle. Dude, the scale. I can't, dude. That looks pretty cool, though. Yeah, I could add some smaller windows here, or something else. I actually don't know if you can see my Google tab on stream. Oh, you can. Okay. Let me look at other images of cathedrals here. See, the Google images suck, though. Like, there's not good reference images on Google. I don't know. It's not worth it. Yeah. The build cost for this in game. Yeah, the Elden Ring one's cool. Like, this is just a good reference image. And it's not super complicated. It's good. I think for this, though, I can just add some detail to it and it'll be okay. But I like the way it's looking here on the side. I want to add a big window here, I think, though. So I could directly just copy these windows. Let me see. It'd have to be like that. Nah. I could just put some pretty big windows here, though. Should I bid? Oh, should I bid? What? Should I build a big window here? I would love to play like some Assassin's Creed and stuff. I think that would give me a lot of build inspiration. How did that happen? Big window. Yeah, I was thinking of putting a statue here, but I don't know. I actually wonder if there's a window design I can do on an even instead of an odd. Because that would look a lot better. It's 3 a.m. here. Good night. Good night, lasagna. Lasagna skateboard. Yeah, for me, it's 9. It's still a little bit late. Okay, that's actually not a bad shape so far. And then what I can do up top is add the slabs. I think that shape works a little bit. $8 a.m. 8 a.m. and you're watching my live stream? Woke up and just hop on my stream. Oh yeah. That's the best thing to do as soon as you get up. For some reason, and I didn't know this was like actually a possible, like, I didn't know this was possible. Oh no, I forgot. It's not an it's an, oh no, I can't do it. Oh, no, I can. Hold on. I'm getting a little sidetracked. My computer's like time is off by like 4 minutes, and I have no idea why. Like the computer clock, I didn't know it was possible to be like off. It's weird. That's cool. I like the split window design, kind of like what I did here. And then a cool way to add a little bit more texture behind the windows and shape is to actually go behind the window. Let me see how I can do this though. Oops. Can I flip it? I can't flip it like vertically. It's weird. Huh. I don't know why it was not flipping. Anyways. The Wombaat. Why did I just get British? I'm not even gonna say what I'm not even gonna respond to what you said because I can't speak. Why? Yeah. Why is yours off 4:2? Mine says 9:05, and right now it's 9:07. It's off by 2 minutes. You have a very calming voice, perfect for late nights. Thank you. What's up, Ramoon? How you doing? I was actually wondering because I feel like my videos aren't even that much better than what other people do on this website. I'm wondering if my voice is like a reason for that. Like if having a certain type of voice makes you get recommended more or like people watch more. I don't want to have like a boring voice though. I still want people to be engaged. Okay, that's decent for the window. It's cool. I don't know if I like this circle design here, but it's okay. It's okay. Ooh. Ooh. I'm kind of cooking. Kind of. And then back here. Ooh. I don't know about that. What do you guys? I don't know if that looks good. ASMR Wombaat for sleeping. Oh yeah. Gotta do late night streams then. Even though you guys have different time zones. That's good, Rowan. Yeah, I was talking about earlier, I don't really use videos to fall asleep. So I'm not sure. And like there's a lot of people that use YouTube videos to fall asleep. I'm not one of those people. So I don't know what makes it like the difference between it being boring and it just being good to fall asleep to. Or if there's no like middle ground there. That's not right. That looks like a cross. I don't want to make it a cross. That was not intentional. God is interfering. He's like, no, this cathedral was about me, not Pink Sheep. That's kind of cool. I didn't even know you can make circles out of evens like that. It's kind of cool looking. I don't know if there's a way to like tie this circle into the frame of the window though. Like if I copy it, not down there. Okay. Hold on. Cut. Ooh. This is the best part about this build, is I'm just experimenting with shapes now. That's kind of cool. And what I can do here is put some trapdoors. I just opened one on accident. Okay. That's kind of cool. Scrumptious, thank you. Like, I think I kind of like this shape. And maybe I can add in something back here. I think a cool build technique that I've kind of been learning too is adding depth to the windows. I don't know if that looks that good. I don't know if the glass looks good. I think it's just because it's empty behind. Like if I add some like light gray glass instead. I don't know. I don't know if that looks great. I'll keep it for now. I kind of just wanted these windows to be more textured. Or like have a different, yep. Wanted them to have a different design to them. That's kind of getting somewhere pretty cool. I don't like these walls. Gray. Yes, it's a gray for gray sheep. So I like that. Gonna line up that from a distance. But I don't like it just being a circle here at the bottom. I want it to somehow connect here at the top. So maybe... I just don't like the way that looks. Like it's not visible enough. I think I have to do it from here anyways. Okay, that's a little bit better. Let me see. Let me see with some stairs. Oh yeah. I need to get out of the way though. I need to get out of the way. That's kind of cool. That looks pretty cool. Would you use fence gates for circle textures? Yeah, you can totally use fence gates. I did like open ones, some closed ones. That's a pretty cool window design though. I don't know what else I can do here. Maybe to frame it differently. I should probably keep that glass. Actually, no, it's not necessary. Ooh. That's pretty cool. It almost looks like some like Iron Man stuff, in a way. Like some Tony Stark. Earlier you said something about building techniques and how you've gotten better at them. Could you explain what building techniques are and how to improve them? I guess it's just the little things that you pick up on from what other people do and what you're learning over time. Like just the little details you can add with trapdoors and stairs and depth and stuff. Like window techniques, like something I've been doing for windows is like what I did last episode was creating like the double windows. Just simple stuff like that that you can pick up on from what other people are doing and apply it to your own stuff, and eventually you just get better at it, you know. Build techniques could be like block palettes, like different texture on a roof. Something like that. And to improve them, you just got to keep practicing if you're looking to improve on parts of your builds. Yeah, it does look like the arc reactor or whatever. Creating some Avengers level stuff here. I think that's a pretty cool window design. There's not a ton you can do with the windows. Maybe there is. Maybe there is. Maybe I just can't think of it all right now. Oh my God. Is that too much shape? It looks very odd. I think it's good. I think it's enough. Dude, a cannibal? Gray sheep the cannibal? But no, Ledno, like the best way to get better at building and like pick up on techniques is to just keep doing it. I would suggest if you're looking to pick up on some like unique building styles and stuff, the Bakery Minecraft Discord server is pretty cool. There's like a ton of good builders in there. Like I still use other Minecraft builders as like inspiration. Oh no, I shoot pink sheep. Am I evil now? Maybe I've been the evil one the whole time. Maybe it's me. Maybe it has nothing to do with gray sheep. What if there's just levels to the lore? That frame's pretty cool. I think I'll copy that over. I'm just gonna get carried away with the detailing. Which I guess for a cathedral you kind of have to. I mean, in real life they got carried away with detailing. If you really look at the details on cathedrals, it's pretty absurd. If you have free cam mod, you can go to the spot where you want to look at your building from F14. Yeah. I've kind of been doing that, but sometimes I just forget. So I'm actually going to leave one over here. But that's a pretty... I also learned that from B-Dubs. Because he showed it in his video. I didn't know that was a feature until I saw his video. Free cam's good for building. If you don't have free cam, then... I don't know. It's good for building in survival and creative. Yes, I'm not a wombat. I'm a gray sheep. I'm the gray sheep. No. It's me. It's always been me. Man, I don't even know what else to do. I just like walls. Walls are pretty cool. Walls just can add that little bit of depth. I'm just gonna get carried away with using walls everywhere. I keep forgetting about free cam. I'm never gonna do the back of the build. It's just always gonna look like that. It's gonna look like a rocket ship for all of eternity. This side of the boat actually looks sick. You know what? This is in my way. Like, honestly though, the orange and red block palette would look so sick for a build like this. Like, that would be so cool. But it wouldn't make sense for the pink lawyer. By sharing pink sheep, he lost his... Dude, you guys are still talking about the lore. He lost his power and had to have another realm regain his power. Yeah. I mean, considering pink sheep is like a huge source of the lore here. Or the lore. You know, having an evil version, it only makes sense. Also, I feel like now that I have the main texturing down, I might just go through and change the concrete to different colors. Oh my god. This is gonna look super bright, guys. That actually looks pretty sweet. I'm so used to seeing it orange. Wait. Pink wool. Oh my god. That's ridiculous, dude. Yeah, there can be a rainbow sheep. This is actually gonna suck. I should have just used white detail blocks the entire time. Oh yeah, because if I replace the stairs, it doesn't like... Okay. Oh no. I just deleted them. I think what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to go through and use the replace tool. Ooh, actually. Oh yeah. I'm gonna have to texture this so much so it doesn't look like a giant white blob. We should have the next enchant book called episode 12, Floyd the Pink Sheep. So many people have done pink sheep themed books, but they just never get selected. Because I randomly select them. Like they submitted the pink sheep theme. It would actually be funny to write down a bunch of lore and put it into a book and quill and then put it in the library though. That looks sick with the highlights there. That's so cool. Even just adding depth to builds, though, it creates texturing on its own by making it darker and lighter. Dude, the Pink Sheep comic series. See. This build is going to be crazy. Oops. The white glass should blend in. I might actually have to use gray glass instead of white because the white's super bright. A lore channel. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I could make a lore channel on the Discord. You guys can just write whatever lore you want for the world, for specific builds and stuff. That's a good idea. Or maybe for members write the lore of the world. I have to make money. No, I'm joking. No, I think I am gonna get off the live stream here, though. I've been going for 2.5 hours. Honestly, got a lot done. I think it's looking pretty cool so far. I'm excited to finish building this. But I will see everybody whenever I stream next. Thank you guys for joining in.